TV 12, KPTV, Portland.
Vancouver, Portland, KPDX, TV 49.
From the north, east, west, south, KPTV presents News Central.
An earthquake thunders through the Soviet province of Georgia today, leaving at least 63 people dead, causing hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage.
Back, and I think it's for the right reasons.
Washington State parents are relieved to hear that the teachers' strike is finally over. Good evening, everybody. I'm Kim Singer.
And I'm Gary Hill. The teachers' strike is over in Washington State. And
Joyce was not only a mentor to some of the kids, but she was a confessor.
The murder of a popular Vancouver school secretary and the arrest of her husband hits hard.
In Portland, a teenager faces charges in an auto accident that killed one girl Friday night.
What happens when medical mistakes mean your kids are on the wrong drug? Good evening, everyone. I'm Kim Singer.
And I'm Lars Larson.
Live from the studios of Oregon's 12, you're watching Good Day Oregon with Ken Ackerman, Kimberly Moss, Kathy Smith, Andy Carson, and Tony Martinez.
Been telling folks all morning it's
Portland's police chief puts 3 top captains back to work as the mayor tries to end the cell phone scandal.
But one captain remains under investigation tonight, and the city still faces the prospect of a multi-million-dollar discrimination suit. It's a scandal and controversy that began almost a year ago.
From Fox 49, KPDX, with complete local coverage of the day's top stories, this is Fox News at 10.
Highway patrol officers bring in hockey player Bobby Orr to help stop road rage.
Okay, stand by, everybody. Here we go.
And now back to Fox News at 10, Weekend Edition.
Unbelievable as it may sound, Microsoft has some new competition in the race to dominate the internet.
First at 10, an 18-year-old girl stripped of her title as valedictorian after showering with boys in a high school locker room. Tonight, the scandal in small-town Oregon.
Also, the Columbine tapes now for sale to the public. Tonight, the outrage from parents.
And the pictures that have people in one Oregon town blushing as one of their own is named Playmate of the Year. Good evening, I'm Kurt Ludlow.
I'm Anna Katayama. It's the 10 o'clock news.
KPTV, Oregon's 12, first at 10 o'clock. The news starts now.
Well, it's an exciting game in Portland tonight.
Do you ever feel like you're being followed? How about watched?
Well, if you shop at the Clackamas Town Center, you are. Security very tight.
Now, Fox News at 10.
A small blip in the radar system at SeaTac International Airport today affected air traffic all over the West Coast and the country, for that matter.
Is this just the tip of the iceberg of what could happen because of the millennium bug? Good evening and welcome to Fox News at 10. I'm Eric Schmidt.
And I'm Kelly Day. We'll have more on that story in a moment.
Tonight, first at 10, the presidential deadlock in the hands of the highest court. Tonight, the Supreme Court hears from both sides.
Who's watching you while you shop? Tonight, the truth about holiday shopping security in a live report.
And one foul mix-up. See this surprise a woman got in her McDonald's meal. It's 10 o'clock.
Live, Kurt Ludlow, Shauna Parsons, meteorologist Rod Hill, and Tim Becker Sports. This is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. An historic day in Washington, D.C.
Now, Fox 49 News at 10.
Does this former Oregon man look like an international spy? The Russians think so, and they've sentenced him to a hefty prison sentence. Good evening, I'm Stephanie Fisher.
And I'm Janelle Wang. Eric Schmidt has the night off. Welcome to Fox 49 News at 10.
Live, Kurt Ludlow, Shauna Parsons, meteorologist Rod Hill, and Tim Becker Sports. This is the 10 o'clock news. Live, Kurt Ludlow, Shauna Parsons, meteorologist Mark Nelson, and Tim Becker Sports. This is the 10 o'clock news.
Now, Fox 49 News at 10.
The tense standoff in Idaho ends peacefully as 5 siblings surrender to authorities. Good evening, I'm Mark Blazewski. Welcome to Fox 49 News at 10. Janelle Wang has the night off.
First, live, local. Good Day Oregon starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
A U.S. Marine helicopter is shot down overnight in Najaf, Iraq, but the crew has been rescued. We'll have an update coming up.
A huge memorial will happen today for a fallen Clark County Sheriff Sergeant. A live report coming up.
And Oregon firefighters have knocked down the state's latest wildfire. Your complete 12-minute look at news, weather, and traffic at the top of every half hour. This is 12 on 12. Good morning. Welcome to the 6 o'clock hour of Good Day Oregon. It's Thursday, August 5th. I'm Kimberly Moss.
And I'm Pete Ferryman. It's wet out there. We got some rain overnight, Andy Carson. What's going on?
First, live, local. The 10 o'clock news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Tonight, a local man faces charges for voyeurism. Only on 12, we talked to the girl who says her dad caught the guy peeping on her.
Tonight, crime is heating up.
And the guy pulled up, got out of the car, shot into the park.
What Portland cops say may be behind the recent rash of shootings in our streets. NASA has a space scare. They've suspended future blastoffs because they're too dangerous. But can the shuttle already up there get home? Fighting for Iraq. Details on a plan to bring thousands of U.S. troops back home. But first, chat line meeting.
Predators use the chat rooms to get involved with other people.
Cops bust a 47-year-old man with 3 teenage girls in an Aloha park. It's a story you'll see only on 12 and first on Fox.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Wayne Garcia.
And I'm Shauna Parsons. First on Fox tonight.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local. Live from Fox 12 Oregon, this is breaking news.
And we do begin with breaking news tonight.
First, live, local. Good Day Oregon starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Developing news in McMinnville this morning, where a 19-year-old is in the hospital after an overnight shooting. I'm Mark Blazewski, a live report coming up.
While Fox 12 was holding our one-day food drive at the Beaverton Fred Meyer, someone robbed the Chase Bank inside. We have the story.
And the hero pilot who landed his plane in the Hudson River returns to the cockpit today for the first time.
We have a complete 12-minute look at news, weather, and traffic at the top of every half hour. This is 12 on 12.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the 7 o'clock hour of Good Day Oregon.
First, live, local. The 4 o'clock news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kimberly Moss.
And I'm Shauna Parsons. First at
Tonight, it's your first look at Greg Oden on the court since surgery. What the Trailblazers player is saying about his recovery. A local building is getting a fresh new look, and it's not the kind you might expect. How workers are making this historic building environmentally friendly. The results of tonight's Florida primary could lead to one less candidate fighting for Your Vote 2008. But first, skiers love it while drivers struggle through it as heavy snow covers the mountain.
Just real slick. You can slide, you can wind up in a ditch.
And that's not all. Your first live local weather team is tracking where snow is headed next. Live team coverage is first on Fox.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kevin Kawari. Wayne and Shauna have the night off.
Now on Fox 12 Oregon, this is the 11 o'clock news.
Well, tonight, local business owners are searching the web.
First, live, local. Good Day Oregon starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Happening today, a man is set to appear in court after police say he opened fire on a southeast Portland home with a semi-automatic rifle. I'm Mark Lazuski, a live report coming up.
And we've had record-breaking rain this spring, but summer is finally just around the corner. I'm Nicole Dahl, and I'll have more on this week's warm weather coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Clark County is asking owners of unlicensed pets to pay up. We'll tell you about the big fine violators will have to pay.
We have a complete 12-minute look at news and weather at the top of every half hour. This is 12 on 12.
Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, June 20th. I'm Pete Ferryman.
I'm Deborah Gill in for Kimberly Moss.
First, live, local. The 4 o'clock news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 4 o'clock news. I'm Wayne Garcia.
And I'm Shauna Parsons, and first at 4 tomorrow.
You're watching the 4 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Right now, an Oregon boater disappears, leaving only his fishing boat behind. What's next in the search for the missing man? He's accused of breaking into a local home to take a shower. Now see the bizarre way he ended up in trouble with the law again. All it takes is a couple of clicks and a credit card, and you can have a suicide kit mailed to your door. The Fox 12 investigators find out what local lawmakers are doing to make sure they don't land in the hands of any Oregonians. But first.
There it is. There it is. Oh gosh, that is a monster tornado.
A Missouri town is almost unrecognizable after a deadly tornado tears through it. Now crews are racing against the clock to search for survivors. First at 5. Good evening. Welcome to the 5 o'clock news. I'm Wayne Garcia.
And I'm Shauna Parsons. The death toll is now at more than 100.
First, live, local. The 6 o'clock news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon. Live from Fox 12 Oregon, this is breaking news.
We begin with some breaking news now.
First, live, local. Good Day Oregon starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
An alleged drunk driver winds up putting his car on the Mac.
First, live, local. More Good Day Oregon starts now.
9 o'clock, welcome to more Good Day Oregon.
Next at noon, they've been on the run for more than a month, but now a missing Tennessee teenager and her teacher have been found. Where on the West Coast, authorities finally tracked them down. Then a new proposal could soon free up some parking spaces in Northwest Portland, but it could also make people who live there very upset. We'll explain coming up. But first, the search is on for Fox 12's Most Wanted, who set a man on fire inside a Denny's restaurant. And now deputies are investigating a possible link to another attack that happened days ago.
First, live, local. The new news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Good afternoon, I'm Pete Ferryman. Welcome to the noon news.
You're watching the noon news. First, live, local. First, live, local. The 5 o'clock news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us in the 5 o'clock news. I'm Amy Troy, in tonight for Shauna Parsons.
First, live, local. The 6 o'clock news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
New at 6, a car thief steals a car with a child inside.
Somebody just stole my car, my baby in the car.
The frightening moments for a mother that were caught on camera. Plus, an early morning explosion.
It was just kind of a state of shock at first.
What caught fire at a Vancouver apartment that sent shrapnel flying. But first, a warm day and a dog trapped in a hot car.
I just don't see how you can leave your animal in the car that long.
What the law says about people who smash windows to save pets. The 6 o'clock news starts now. Good evening and welcome to the 6 o'clock news. I'm Pete Ferryman.
First, live, local. This is the 8 o'clock news.
Next at 8, a landlord who disappeared after his tenant died, who police say led them to an arrest for murder.
First, live, local. This is the 9 o'clock news.
9 o'clock news. I'm Amy Troy.
Tonight, A morning run turns into a terrifying chase.
It was like a...
Her split-second decision with a bear charging full speed. The office of Washington's governor ransacked by thieves. The bizarre items a local woman is accused of stealing. Security cameras stolen from a local restaurant.
Last night, it happened again.
Why the owner says it's truly a senseless crime. But first, a local man brutally beaten for telling a driver to slow down. The attack caught on camera and the brand new lead from police. First on Fox. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local. Live from Fox 12 Oregon, this is breaking news.
We are following breaking news right now. There have been reports of a shooting in Northeast Portland.
First, live, local. Good Day Oregon starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
In less than 2 hours, a brand new multi-million-dollar casino will open its doors in Southwest Washington. Why not everyone who lives nearby thinks the addition is a good thing for their community.
Then they may be down 3-0, but do not count them out just yet. Jovi is live at the Moda Center this morning, previewing the Blazers' big playoff game. Welcome back, everyone, to Good Day Oregon.
First, live, local. Good Day Oregon starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Now it's 7. A neighborhood is starting their day with a sigh of relief.
First, live, local. More Good Day Oregon starts now. Brought to you by these sponsors.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to more. I'm Stephanie Kralovich. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
First, live, local. The new news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Good afternoon. I'm Pete Ferryman.
First, live, local. The new news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Good afternoon. I'm Pete Ferryman. Welcome to the new news.
You're watching the new news. First, live, local.
First at 4, coastal cities ask people to stay away on a sunny Mother's Day weekend. But could people resist? We're going to take a look.
And live, here's a live look through our Chinook Winds Beach camera. A big change in the weather out there and throughout our region. Fox 12 Chief Meteorologist Mark Nelson has what we can expect for the rest of the week.
And local. More and more local counties hope to open up shop. But how close are they to making that come true? The 4 o'clock news starts now. And good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here for the 4 o'clock news.
First, live, local. The 5 o'clock news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Good evening and welcome to the 5 o'clock news.
First, live, local. The 5 o'clock news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Good evening. Welcome to the 5 o'clock news. I'm Camilla Ortiz.
First, live, local. The 6 o'clock news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Good evening and welcome to the 6 o'clock news.
30 seconds to 6. A White House press conference comes to an awkward halt. The president's response to one reporter and the contentious exchange that followed. And Oregon is slowly beginning the reopening process, starting this week. A look at the counties now applying to enter phase 1. But first, some counties in Washington may have the chance to skip phase 1 altogether. Business owners in one rural area share the changes that they'll make. The 6 o'clock news starts now.
Good evening. I'm Pete Ferryman.
And I'm Bonnie Silkman. Welcome to the 6 o'clock news.
You're watching the 6 o'clock news. First, live, local. First, live, local. This is the 8 o'clock news.
Shots ring out in a quiet neighborhood. Why a deputy in pursuit feared for his safety and opened fire.
First, live, local. This is the 8 o'clock news.
And a pleasant good evening, everybody.
First, live, local. This is the 8 o'clock news.
And good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
You're watching the 8 o'clock news. First, live, local. First, live, local. This is the 9 o'clock news.
Good evening and welcome to the 9 o'clock news. I'm Nora Hart.
First, live, local. This is the 9 o'clock news.
Welcome back.
First, live, local. This is the 9 o'clock news.
Thanks for joining us and welcome to the 9 o'clock news.
First, live, local. The 10 o'clock news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
First, live, local. The 10 o'clock news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Good evening to you and thanks for joining us. Tonight, the first day of school may be pushed back for some Washington districts.
I completely support the teachers in their strike. That'd be a little sad because then I wouldn't be able to go to school.
Why teachers say they may not show up to class. Plus, new surveillance video showing a mother hours before she disappeared. She was later found dead. Tonight, locals say it's what they don't know that concerns them. But first, a gaming tournament turns deadly in Florida, leaving at least 2 people dead. Sadly, it is another mass shooting in our nation. We'll tell you about what we've learned so far, and that's First on Fox.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
First, live, local. You're watching a special edition of Fox 12 News.
And good evening, and thanks for joining us on this special edition of Fox 12 Oregon. I'm
live from Fox 12 Oregon. This is breaking news.
Good evening to you. I'm Nora Hart.
And I'm Pete Ferryman.
First, live, local. Good Day Oregon starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
This past year, it just has totally gone in the other direction.
First, live, local. More Good Day Oregon starts now.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to more Good Day Oregon. Thanks so much for joining us today.
First, live, local. The noon news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
And good afternoon. I'm Brenna Kelly in for Pete Ferryman.
First, it is the first day of April, and it's also the first day of in-person classes for some grades at the state's biggest school district. We were there for the return, plus we have 5 tips on how to help your child cope with the excitement and anxiety as they head back to the classroom.
A live look across Portland now. Again, we're seeing some warm weather out there that makes you want to go outside. But there is a big change coming for Easter weekend. The Fox 12 weather team has what you need to know for your egg hunt.
And local, plenty of local families are signing up for vaccine appointments. But how long do those vaccines last? We're getting a first look at some new research that's giving us at least part of a timeline. The 4 o'clock news starts now. And good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on the 4 o'clock news.
The 5 o'clock news starts now.
Right now at 5, chowing down while the sun is out. We're getting a bite in Beaverton, where businesses are thrilled to see customers coming out again.
And it looks like this nice weather is going to stick around for part of the Easter holiday weekend, but we'll let you know when the showers arrive.
And solving Portland's rise in gun violence. Faith leaders tell us now is the time to act.
Inaction with the plan that we sent to them means that more people are dying on the street.
But first,
I'm really excited to see what it's like.
A huge step forward in Portland's response to the pandemic. Students and teachers are getting back to the classroom.
They're excited, and I think the teachers are excited.
That's all ahead in the next 12 on 12.
Good evening and welcome to the 5 o'clock news. I'm Pete Ferryman.
And I'm Bonnie Silkman.
30 seconds to 6. A devastating theft for a veteran and traveling nurse. New at 6, how all of her belongings were stolen in one fell swoop. Fox 12 gets answers to your questions about the pandemic. Tonight, a look at the relationship between COVID restrictions and case counts. Local churches preparing for big crowds on Easter Sunday. We hear from one pastor on efforts to make sure the holiday gatherings are safe. That's first on Fox. Good evening, I'm Nora Hart.
And I'm Pete Ferryman. Welcome to the 6 o'clock news.
First, live, local. This is the 9 o'clock news.
Welcome to the 9 o'clock news. Tonight, high winds and rain around our area make for a soggy weekend. We'll take a look at your forecast, including the outlook for the mountain passes in the first week of the new year. Plus,
it's teamwork all the way across the board.
4 sheriff's deputies jumped into action after a shooting, what they had to do to help save one of the victims. But first, a COVID-19 outbreak at a local hospital affecting dozens of patients and workers. We'll bring you a live update on the investigation. That's first on Fox. And good evening. Welcome to the 10 o'clock news.
Tonight, cut it out. These cardboard cutouts of fans at the Final Four have a big tie to Portland. All new at 10, Fox 12's Audrey Wheel sits down with the creators behind them as they bring cheer to the men's and women's tournaments.
Many first grade students are getting ready to head back into the classroom tomorrow. Fox 12 is your school authority. Find out how the first day went for some younger kids at PPS.
A group of venues says looser restrictions would be music to their ears. They're asking Governor Brown for a change to the rules, but they say they're running into a problem.
We were hoping to have a conversation.
But first, putting a stop to gun violence, community groups, and city commissioners trying to come up with solutions, but it has not been easy. Now there's a new proposal that would include beefing up park patrols. The story is first on Fox. And good evening. Thanks for joining us here on the 10 o'clock news. I'm Wayne Garcia.
And I'm Nora Hart.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local. You're watching Fox 12 Oregon. First, live, local.
Top of the hour, and we are following some breaking news. Portland police are investigating another shooting on the streets of Portland.
You're watching KPTV, Oregon's 12.
KPDX, the viewer's choice, and your choice for 1985-86.